back to Man versus 50. So, as many of you know, I had a 2024 Z06 and now I have a 2025. And I've been just doing a lot of things to it to upgrade it, appearance-wise, performance-wise, everything. And I'm trying to bring all these experiences to you so you have a better understanding of what it's about, what it does. And from a guy who is not mechanically inclined, but I'm doing a lot of stuff myself and showing you that I'm sure a lot of you, there's people that talk about things and you're probably like, oh, that sounds cool. I have no idea what they're talking about. That was me when it came to throttle bodies. As you know, I've kind of dove deep into that. And so I have a lot more understanding of these things and what they do for my car. So another thing that's come up is I was watching a video and talking to Brandon and Justin, and they were doing air deflectors for their Z06 that comes on their European spec car. So I wanted to test these out because where they live is a little not as aggressive, I should say, climate. But in Houston, it's really aggressive. And these cars get hot. And you can tell when you pull the thing back in your garage and turn it off and the fans start going on. But the whole entire garage heats up. It's insane. So there is a product. I still don't understand why they don't put them on the American cars, but they're for the European spec cars. And they're air deflectors that hook on the bottom of the car and literally in a hole that goes directly up into your engine. It's really a pretty, I have some. I went to the dealership and got some. And it's funny because when I went to order them, they're like, these aren't for American cars. I'm like, I understand this, but it's the same bottom. It's the same car. It's the same concept. Why wouldn't they put them on American cars? Again, just another head scratching thing from GM. It just doesn't make sense. This part would be very easily, could be very easily added to the car on the install or on the build. And apparently from what Brandon and Justin are saying, makes a huge difference. I'm going to do my own test just to see what that is and what that looks like. But they're claiming 50-degree difference in temp cool down. And living in Houston, Texas, 50 degrees on a 100-degree day with 100% humidity is a big deal. So if I can keep my engine cooler by 50 degrees by installing a few wind deflectors that divert air up through my engine, why wouldn't I do that? That makes no sense to me. And again, why wouldn't GM just put them on the car? So I went to my local dealership and bought these, and literally this is like all they are. I mean, it's just simple wind deflector that basically will install into 3 current bolts that are in the bottom of the car, hook on, and all it does is divert air up into the engine, which again, head scratching. I have no idea why these wouldn't just come on the Z06 or any of the Corvettes for that matter. But it is a simple piece and they're around $175 a piece, but a very simple piece to install and not to install, but it should be installed. Still got to figure out that portion of it, and I will show the install of how I do it. But it shouldn't take too long. I mean, if you have the right tools, just to get underneath there and get these off and put them on. So again, I went and just like them, I'm going to do the exact same test. I'm just going to test the engine after I run it for, 20 minutes or whatever, see what it is, record that temperature, bring it home. Obviously, I'm going to have to let it cool down a little bit, do the install, and then take it back out again and just do the same exact route, stop at the same place, do the same measurement, and see what I get. But again, they're claiming 50-degree difference. I'm hoping that's the case because that is a big deal living here in Houston. And for a car like that to be able to cool it down organically, if you will, with just adding a piece like this, which again, why don't we do this from the factory? Makes no sense. It makes no sense that I have to go out and buy these, but it is what it is. So, all right, guys, we will get these installed. We will also be talking about this on a new show that's coming out. It'll probably be out by the time this comes out, but a new show that's coming out with me, Brandon, and Ken from Squirrel Cage Garage. And just talking about what this is and what it does and what the concept is and maybe why they might have some better insight on why they're not on American cars already. So, all right, guys, really appreciate it. And I look forward to getting these installed.
Okay, so the first thing I'm doing is taking the temperature of the engine. It's cold. I haven't driven it all day, and it's registering at 77 degrees. The next photo you'll see, I took the car for a 10-mile drive and drove it the normal way I drive it, and the heat is registering at 232 degrees and 228 degrees on the left side, driver's side. And then now I will go into what the difference is after I installed the air deflectors.
Okay, so this side, I'm getting same temperature outside, 70 degrees, 211, 215, okay. So let's kind of go over here and do, so it's definitely a big decrease from where I was before. It's just hard to believe that something that minor can make that big of a detail, like difference. But it looks like it does.